about to finish our 24th Cliff Bar. Is that a blueberry one?
Alright, I'm ahead of Lewis. He is catching up though. You see him back there. Alright, guys. Okay. Good day.
Hey guys, welcome to day 2 of our trip to Big Bend National Park. Yesterday we had to improvise. All of the campsites were full in Seminole Canyon Park. So I just want to show you guys how we were able to improvise utilizing our camping gear and our motorcycles. Alright, when we go camping we usually use a hammock setup where we've got our hammock, a mosquito net, and a rain fly. So we just laid down one rain fly on the ground, slept on top of that, and put a rain fly running between both of our motorcycles, and just tied the rain fly to our motorcycles and our Kriegas on the other end, and a bush on that far end over there. And it actually worked really well. We actually slept pretty comfortably. It's about almost 8 o'clock in the morning. And say what?
It's 8:07.
Okay, it's 8:07. And we went to sleep last night probably, I don't know, probably around 9:30, and really just woke up, so we slept pretty good. Let's check on Lewis. Any thoughts about sleeping between the motorcycles, Lewis?
No thoughts.
Speak up so everybody can hear you.
I'm still cold.
You're still cold.
It's too cold outside.
Oh, okay. That's why you haven't even unzipped your sleeping bag yet? All right, Lewis, you ready for the rest of the trip? Well, no, you're not ready. I mean, the next leg of the trip to Big Bend.
Sure.
All right, guys, we're just debating on what we're gonna do because we really want to see Seminole Canyon Park. They've got cave drawings that date back thousands of years, and especially a really pretty place. From what I can tell from the camping area, it is. So, but we really want to get into Big Bend early so that we can get set up and not kind of have the same issue that we had yesterday evening here. So we're thinking we may just go ahead and head to Big Bend this morning, and then on our way back spend some more time here. All right, we'll see you later. All right, guys, just kind of walking around the campsite. Actually headed to the bathroom. But any of you guys looking for a beautiful area to camp out in Texas? The Seminole Canyon Park. This is in West Texas near Del Rio, Texas. So kind of west of San Antonio. I guess a couple hours drive, 2 to 3 hour drive west of San Antonio on the Mexican border. It is freaking beautiful. Look at the sunrise behind me. Just kind of do a panorama. Yeah, this place is awesome.
All right, y'all, we are headed west on Highway 90. We just left Seminole Canyon Park, and just about the first thing you see is this beautiful river, the Pecos River. This river feeds into the Rio Grande, and the video looks awesome, but in person it was spectacular. I was really starting to second guess our decision to go to Big Bend and not just spend the day here and go hiking. I mean, this place was absolutely awesome, and just the whole area was absolutely beautiful. Beautiful drive, but we ended up making the right decision. Whenever we got to Big Bend, it was the same scenario. All of the campsites were reserved, so we ended up having to stay in a private campsite outside of the park. We end up not coming back to Seminole Park on the way back just because we decided to take a different route and basically from Big Bend drive north to Fort Stockton and take I-10 to San Antonio instead of taking Highway 90. But we will definitely be back to this park and spend at least a day hiking here. It is absolutely beautiful.
Alright, Dave, what happened for the second time?
Well, we didn't lose the strap this time. So on the other side, the strap loosened up and fell off. So if you guys are gonna use these Krigas, get some extra straps. They just kind of work themselves loose. At least they have on Lewis's bike. I haven't had the same problem. But I have mine tied to a rack, and Lewis's is tied to his actual bike. So that might be the difference. So we did a workaround on the other side. We had a extra strap. I don't even know. I'm just hoping that this is strong enough, right? I guess it is. Yeah, so it's going around that rear shot. Anyway, you live and learn, right? All right, so we left. I think the last you guys saw was I was going to the bathroom and kind of showing you guys the view from the park. When I got back, Lewis was up and he was packing. I'm like, wow, that's odd. The park ranger had told him that it was a parking lot, not a campsite. So if you go to a park and it's absolutely packed like it was in our case, I still recommend what we did, our setup. Just get up early before the park ranger can tell you to leave. But anyway, so we just went through, what was the name of the town?
Sanderson?
Sanderson, yeah. Okay, so we left Seminole Canyon Park, stopped in Sanderson, and we had fumes driving in there, and they only had diesel and unleaded, no premium or anything, so filled up with unleaded gas. And the next stop is Marathon in 50 miles. So if you're gonna be driving the stretch of Highway 90, when you have a chance to get some gas, get some gas. I was really worried that we were gonna have to walk into town a few miles to get into town and get some gas. But anyway, we made it, so.
Yeah, my gas light was on.
Yeah, his gas light was on. In mine, I think I had 1 bar left on mine, so. Anyway, we're good. So we'll check back in a little while. 2 more stops and then we'll be at the park.
We stopped again.
So what?
So we stopped again. So we can change over the GoPro to start charging the GoPro. It's actually pretty cold out here. It looks like it would be really hot, but it's pretty cold. And yeah, pretty good trip so far.
Hey guys, quick update. We just pulled over to a picnic area. For one thing, I had to charge my GoPro battery. Any of you guys do any road trips and you want to do like a vlog or just film your trip? Lesson learned for me is charge your batteries overnight. We're driving through some really pretty areas. It's like something out of a Western movie, and GoPro was out of batteries. So I'll stand up and show you the way it looks. I don't know how much longer the terrain's gonna look like this. One thing you notice is driving through the West is the terrain changes. You know, it'll be one way for many miles, and then it changes to look a little bit different. Anyway, extremely pretty. Cliff Bars. That's probably we've been living off Cliff Bars pretty much. We're actually looking forward to getting into an actual restaurant and getting something to eat. Let me stand up and show you guys what it looks like. Hey, boys. What you got there for dinner?
Got these wholesome burgers.
What's it got in it? Yeah. Toasted bread with the sausage bit. And I'm eating a hot dog, almost done.
Alright, eat mine.
I got an apple. It's a step above Cliff Bar and then a step below the burrito and gordita we had. Alright, about ready to head into camp. What's going on, Dave? Just planning our trip, Lewis, and I'm exhausted. How do you like our campsite? It's kind of like a very firm mattress, Lewis, this ground. This is what we're sleeping on tonight.
Yep.
All right, let me show you our trip for tomorrow. Okay. We are at the Stillwell campground right here. So we entered the camp on the north side at the Persimmon Gap Visitor Center entrance. It's $20 for motorcycles. You get, yeah, it's $20 each. Okay, and that's a 7-day pass. It's spring break and everything was filled up. So we stayed at this Stillwell campground that's outside of the north entrance to the park. Terlingua also has some private campgrounds as well. We may check that out tomorrow. But our plans basically, tomorrow we're gonna drive into the park to Panthers Junction, fill up on gas, then we're gonna go into Chizo's Basin and we're gonna go hiking. We're gonna do the Window Trail, and then we're gonna go down to Santa Elena Canyon. There's an overlook there where you can see the Rio Grande. It's supposed to be one of the highlights of the park. And then potentially go back and then hike one more trail in Chizo's Basin and find either another campsite in Terlingua or come back here to Stillwell. So that's the plan. We'll show you guys, hopefully we'll have some good video to show you guys tomorrow of the area. You want to just look around, Lewis, at the campsite? You can show them what it looks like around here?
I already showed him.
Oh, okay. All right, later, guys. Hey everybody, the end of another exhausting day, day 2. We're gonna go ahead and go to sleep early. Lewis is gonna go up to the top of this hill over here and see if he can get maybe a time lapse of the sunset. But I'm exhausted, I'm going to sleep. Tomorrow will be day 3. We're gonna go to the park, spend the whole day. We're gonna do 2 hikes and then we're gonna go down to the Rio Grande and ride around. So we'll talk about the places that we go and look forward to seeing you in next episode. Bye.
All right, Lewis ended up not getting a time lapse of the sunset, but he did get this really awesome picture. So I'll end this video with this awesome picture for you guys. And also just some lessons learned for this trip. I recommend that you call the park ahead of time and make reservations. Now, this was during spring break, so I know that explains a lot of why it was so packed, but anyway, there are much better options inside the park, and it's so much closer to everything. If you have to stay like we did in a private campground outside of the park, it just adds on to time that next day to get to see everything within the park. It's a pretty good distance from outside the park to actually getting inside where everything's at. So it'll save you a lot of time if you can reserve a camping spot inside the park. Another thing, we mentioned what our plan was. What we actually end up doing and what you're going to see in our day 3 video, we go to Chizo's Basin and we hike the Window Trail and the Lost Mine Trail. And that pretty much took up the whole day. That was 10 miles of hiking right there. And it was absolutely beautiful. I look forward to putting out the next video so you guys can see those trails that we hiked. It was awesome. And for the Santa Elena Canyon, we end up doing that. We end up not having enough time on day 3, so we end up saving that for the morning of day 4. I guess the last recommendation is, if you have the time, by the time we got here, we really had a day and a half that we could actually spend in the park before we had to start heading back. So the park is so big, it's impossible to see everything in a day or a day and a half. So I would recommend staying 2 full days or 3 full days. And I am sure you will not regret it. It is just a beautiful place. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, give us a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe so you don't miss the rest of the series. Take care, everybody. Be safe.